Hello viewers, it's your girl Ruby Fangirl. I just saw the new Fnaf movie a couple of days ago, and is it better than the original? My answer is yes, 100% better. Well, it's not like the number one movie of this year, but it's way better than the original, and that's all that really matters. So, before we get started, massive, major spoil warning, because there is a lot, and I mean a lot, to uncover. So while I'm not going to, spoil a lot, but I will mention some few things about, that I absolutely like. Well, there is probably one thing that I kind of dislike, but we'll get into that later. So, for the positives, well, number one is the animatronics. They were amazing. They have a lot more of an appearance compared to, the original. Because in the original, we only just focused on, the first line of, the animatronics. And they don't really, do a lot. Other than, try, to get Abby, into, a spring-lock suit and become one of them. But here, this is different. And I mean very different of how they portray this. But it comes to one thing, because we have to get to one specific animatronic, and I'm talking about the puppet. While in the movie they call it the marionette, I do get that's her other name, but I'm just going to stick to the puppet because it's a lot more an easier name. And I'm going to say right here, right now, she was terrifying. I am not joking, because while, in the game, Charlie only possesses, the puppet after the purple guy, aka William Afton, murdered her in an alleyway, and the puppet found her, in the alleyway, and basically malfunctioned because it was raining, and Charlie managed to possess her body, or basically the puppet's body, and then give life to the animatronics to get revenge on the man who murdered her, and with the other animatronic kids to get revenge on the man who murdered her. But in this one, oh my god, this is probably one way to start off a FNAF movie. Instead of an alleyway where Charlie was killed, she gets killed in the most brutal way possible by trying to save a kid from the yellow rabbit, aka William Afton, and then off camera, he stabs her, and then the puppet rises up to collect her dead body, and then she possesses the puppet. But this is not where it ends, because unlike in the original games, where the puppet only possesses itself, where the puppet is just basically kind of an anti-hero or a hero, if you really call it that, because she's literally giving life to all these animatronics so they can kill the man and then they can just set free. While even though that she does continue until the 6th game where she gets captured by Lefty, I really hope that in future movies they can definitely bring Lefty and stuff like that, because it would kind of make sense. But in this one, oh my god. Because unlike in the original games, this movie, she can freaking possess people. We actually get our first glimpses of the crying child, aka Charlotte Emily. And, oh my god, this is even more scarier than the original. I mean, granted, it's not 100% scary, but holy shit. I remember screaming in the theater, or just jolting, because I didn't really scream, but I just jolted holy shit. So, yeah. So basically, they did a phenomenal job of the puppet and her backstory, alongside having these kind of abilities. But I'm not going to spoil the ending, because there's a reason for that. I'm not going to do it, because I'm nice like that, I know. And it's basically their plan, to release the animatronics to basically kill the parents. Because I do remember, in-game that they're hostile towards adults, while nice to the children. Well, except for Abby, because there's a reason for that. And, oh my god, seriously, this was just something. And also when it comes to like the two voice acting for Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, and Chica, and wow. Like, let's just say the actors actually nailed it with their voices. Matt Pat as Toy Bonnie, he sounds exactly like he does in like in game, like in this chipper kind of voice. Like, seriously, like what the hell? But it does make sense because that's what Toy Bonnie's supposed to sound like. But I was expecting like, Matt Pat to say like, like he would normally like speak, but guess not. But at least they actually like kept like his chipper voice basically, just like in the games. And there's like a lot more, especially with the characters. They were a lot more impactful than the original, I'm just saying. And the ending really made me kind of sad, but I'm not going to spoil it because there are reasons. But if there's a flaw that I would say to like this movie, it's the quote-unquote villain. Yes, the puppet is the main villain, but apparently, I'm definitely gonna spoil this because this is just, it's really cool, but when you think about it, it feels underutilized. It turns out Vanessa had a brother named Michael Afton. The exact opposite from the games where Michael was a hero. Here he's a villain, basically continuing what William Afton did. Doesn't that sound familiar? Circus baby, everyone? So, yeah, but he doesn't really appear a lot to be an effective villain. They could have just let him, just be, in, as a security guard, and that's it. We wouldn't even really care. And I'm not going to spoil any more because there's a reason for that, because I do highly recommend to watch, how, this all ends. But, all in all, this is way better than the original. So, if you do want to watch the original so you can watch the sequel, go ahead. But if not, just watch, the sequel instead. But I'm going to end it off right here because, wow. So, I'd like to know from you guys, have you seen this movie? And now, I'll see you guys in the next video.